Hello everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems, and if you're new here, welcome for the first time. And tonight, hello, did you miss me? I've been gone. Yeah, tonight we're going to do a tag video, and this is a super awesome tag called the behind the scenes tag, so stay tuned. Okay everyone, so they're tags and then they're real tags. And I really enjoy the prompts in this one. I'm going to go kind of in depth into me as a booktuber. And I'm going to answer questions, look at prompts, and say things that I've never said before on this channel. So yeah, this tag is called the Booktuber Behind the Scenes tag. It was created by Robert Reader Books, and I was tagged by Book Chat with Pat and Reading from the Depths. Now, both of these are stunning channels. They both have very unique voices, but just so wonderful and insightful, kind of compassionate. So you need to check them both out, please. Really, really good channels. So yeah, let's get on with the tag. Okay, just to say, when we're going to go in depth into stuff, we really are going for this video. Prompt number 1. Okay, when recording a post, do you read from a prepared script, or do you refer to notes or a broad outline, or do you speak extemporaneously, kind of off the cuff? Now, this is my video diary. Okay, in this I write down, I get down every single video I've ever made. That's the first part of this question. Yeah, I prepare. And what I've got here is 10 books. Yeah, 10 books that I've used since I started Booktube about two and a quarter years ago, where I've written my plans. I write plans, people. It might be rough, but I can understand them. And I write ideas, and I write down everything, and I underline everything, important things to say about books and the subject that I'm talking about. So yeah, plan thoroughly. You know, as Pat says in her video, she's a teacher, ex-teacher, so am I. We are used to planning. So every single lesson I used to be completely ready for the class in front of me. And I've kind of done the same thing for Booktube. Sometimes less so. I mean, there's been some tags where I've kind of gone off the cuff, or what's the word? Extemporaneously. Yeah. As a teacher, I did not know that word. I had to look it up. But still, it's a good word, off the cuff. So I had to do that as a teacher. Well, as a booktuber, for some tags I just kind of went for it, and it worked out kind of well. But if I'm going to do a top 10, or if I'm really going to kind of talk about a book in a little bit of detail without giving too much away, then I plan. I mean, there was one video I did, the top 10 horror authors of all time, where I even went on the internet and tried to find fun facts about each author. So I kind of went over and above the Call of Duty because it was a fun video to make, and I wanted to do it properly. That's why I plan. So yeah, that's my answer to that one. Prompt number 2. Do you edit before the post? Deleting hymns and haws, misspeaks, mispronunciations, and other common public speaking foibles. Do you remove things you didn't mean to say, or off-topic thoughts or comments you think might be misunderstood? And that's what's awesome about this tag, is that these questions are kind of questions. So it's multi-layered, and so kind of go through them, most of them, like kind of answer each thing. But for this particular prompt, we've got a plan for Cliff's Dark Gems. And what we do, very simply, is we've got a plain camera. I've got a camera in front of me. And yeah, sometimes, before I go into this, sometimes talking in front of a camera is difficult. Your brain works differently, and I sometimes even find lives, talking face to face with people, easier than talking in front of a freaking camera. It's like you're talking to yourself. It helps that I have my wife behind me, so if I do something stupid in front of the camera, she can tell me, okay, take 2. But basically the camera is running. It's 22 minutes, and you have to restart. And if we get things wrong, like if I say something stupid or mispronounce something, or do too many ums and ahs, or it doesn't come out right, then I simply restart. A little bit like this. Okay, cut. And then I go back to my notes, and I look at my notes again. Do you edit before the post? And I start all over again. That's how we do it. And there's an advantage to that, because if you try to do the whole video and you make a mistake, you're going to have to redo the video, right? If you do it like step by step, like question by question, book by book, and if I'm doing a book review, I need to do more of those. If you do like the settings and the characters and you break it up, then you can take retakes. Okay? Disadvantage is that sometimes it takes a long time to get the whole video done. So if it's a 20-minute video, it's going to take sometimes like 30 minutes. This video is probably going to be about 20 minutes plus. And I don't want to make mistakes. But if I do, stop and carry on. So that's my answer to that one. Did I miss anything? Yeah. Well, basically I said, funny how your brain turns off. And yeah, I sometimes think that like it's helpful. My wife's right behind the camera, so I'm talking to my wife. And Layla's over there, so I've got my family. If it was just me and the camera, I think I would make more mistakes. A weird way the mind works, right? Yeah. So, that's prompt number 2. Prompt number 3. Have you ever edited a post after posting? Have you ever deleted an entire post? I have edited a post after posting, because sometimes, and it takes a long time, my wife and I are a team. She does a lot of the editing for me, but for her work gets really busy. And sometimes maybe we post a post after midnight, or after 11, and I'm tired. And then I got to put in the description, everything else. And I make mistakes. Like say for instance, if I'm doing another tag video, I forget to put in the prompts. Yeah, I forget to put in all the prompts. Or I kind of make spelling mistakes on the description. Maybe that's caused sometimes by something else. I'm not going to go into that. But it can be a mess. So I'll go the next day and I have a look and I see, oh, got to fill in that, got to fill in that. And then it's all good. Have I ever deleted an entire post? No. I've never posted a video that was offensive, I hope. I've never had to delete an entire post. There's always been content there that's worthy to stay there. So that's my answer for that. Okay, the next one's a goodie. Yeah. Are there certain topics you avoid? Things you regard as too personal or too controversial? And I'm not even going to look up my notes for this. First, let's look at personal. And this is something that I would like to maybe address on Booktube one day. That's mental health. I've said a couple of times on Booktube that I'm bipolar. And I've had a hell of a crazy life. Kind of a dangerous life. And it's something that I need to bring myself to talk about on Booktube. I need to be brave enough, and I'm not quite there yet. It's deeply personal. And as Pat says, there's a lot of stuff in the past, like teaching and experiences in the past, that you keep there. You keep here because Booktube is it's a forum for books, talking about books. There was one video that I posted, and it was necessary for me. My wife and I went through hell. I think it was almost like I think we're still suffering a little bit from, you have to say, post-traumatic stress syndrome. I mean, we haven't got over it. And ironically, the video that I posted got a hell of a lot of views and likes, more than my top 10s and some of the book stuff. And it wasn't meant to be clickbait. It was stress, intense stress. And I won't go into it in detail now, but we were basically accused of a crime that we did not commit. And there was a whole crime syndicate involved with a car left on my wife's name. It was her. And it was involved in a crime, and everyone was after us. I'm not going to say anything more. It was horrible people. I've never felt such stress in my life. And we came down to the coast to get away from that. So that's something that's really affected me. I think it's affected my health as well. Depression, things like that. But I might talk about that and everything in more detail one day when I'm brave enough. Another thing I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about politics, people. What's going on in the world, what's going on in America, what's going on in my own country, South Africa at the moment, everything just makes me really sad. It makes my heart bleed. So necessary. I'm not going to talk about it. That's something that I'm going to keep personal, because this is Booktube and I want to talk about books, even though that stuff is on my mind a lot. And I don't care if I do talk about it. It's not about losing subscribers and all that shit. I don't care. It's just something that I think belongs in a different forum. And there are people, booktubers, that have spoken about it, and I've got no problem with that. And it's actually probably good that people talk about stuff like that. But it's just not for me. As a South African in particular, right now I'm kind of sad. I'm feeling, so that's my answer to that. Okay, prompt number 5 is kind of a quick one. Do your posts include graphics, special lighting, music, fast auto, or other design enhancements? Well, you see our intro and outro. We're proud of that. And that's my wife. And now we bought a new light. But more specifically, we bought a light for lives, because my lighting for lives is really terrible. But it helps a lot. But besides putting books up on the screen and other interesting things up on the screen, which I'm not going to do on this video, but besides that, we don't really have anything. So I don't really need to say more about that. Answer to that one. Prompt number 6 is, do you have a target number of posts each week? When I started Booktube, and I heard this everywhere, that you really, if you're going to grow, you should have 3 or 4 posts every week. And I tried really hard, and at the beginning I think I succeeded. Try to make 3, and I wasn't doing live, which makes a big difference. I had about 3 or 4 posts a week, but I've definitely slipped up there. As for a number of reasons. As I've got bigger, I've started to do live videos on Sundays, not so much anymore, but I've got a book club, and also life just gets in the way, and sometimes it doesn't work like that. I definitely do 2 a week, not the last week, because I've been away with family, and it was relaxing, and it was good. I try to do a minimal 2 a week. I try to do 3 a week. That's my aim. And then even if I got a live on the Sunday, I try to do then the 4 with the live. And I also used to try and do it like Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, right? Because it's good to have that kind of thing in place. It's good for the algorithm. It's good for your growth. but it doesn't always work like that. And I'm okay. I'm alright with it. But I do want to do more videos. But as I said before, my wife and I are a team. And sometimes, she helps me edit. And she works sometimes late into the night. Especially at the month end. Some of you can probably understand that. She has to do the books, she has to do all sorts of stuff. She does graphic design and stuff like that. And I can't expect her to do that and help me with the editing. And I'm sorry people, I'm useless with that kind of thing. I do need her help. She's the better part of our team. That's just the way it works. So that's my answer to that. Prompt number 7. Are there certain themed posts you contribute to regularly, such as Poetry Thursday or What Are You Reading Wednesday? No, I don't do that. Maybe I should look into that, but no. I try to do Tag Tuesday, but my tags end up being all over the place. It's Monday night right now. Sometimes I've done a tag on Friday. So I don't really stick to that. I don't like that kind of scheduling stuff in terms of videos. And I like to do what I want to do. And I know people love poetry. And I know Pat loves poetry. I don't. So there's certain things I won't do on my channel. That's my answer for that one. Okay, prompt number 8 is also a lot of questions, and I'm going to try to answer each one. How important to you is the number of your subscribers? Is there a target number you are trying to reach? If you don't hit your target, would you consider dropping out of Booktube? Are your posts designed to attract new subscribers? And are you distressed if you lose subscribers? Okay, so let's look at this one at a time, instead of the whole thing. First of all, how important is the numbers? I know, to be honest with ourselves as booktubers, we do value subscribers. We enjoy getting subscribers. They are important because they're an audience and we're talking to an audience. And sometimes the bigger the better. But even if you have a smaller audience, I'm happy with where I'm at, right? I'm not huge at all. Growing steadily, but I'm happy with where I'm at. And I've got an audience that listens to me, that interacts with me, and that's good for me. I enjoy that. That's fun. Okay, so is there a target number you're hoping to reach? All I want is slow, steady growth. I haven't monetized the channel yet. I might in future. But I love Booktube. I love talking with all of you. I love doing what I'm doing. It's a stress reliever, even though it's very busy. It keeps me busy. It keeps my mind occupied. So that's something I enjoy doing. So there's no number I'm actually hoping to. Okay, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. What am I? Come on, I'm lying to myself. I want to be famous. Just kidding. Okay, but I definitely just like the slow, steady growth. Sometimes you gain subscribers. Every now and then you just lose someone, or you lose some. I'm not too worried about that. As long as I don't lose like 1,000 in one go. That would be really horrible. It's like starting again. It's like starting all over again. Yeah. Okay, the next part of the question. If you don't hit your target, would you consider dropping out of Booktube? No. No. I'm happy where I am. If I had to drop out of Booktube, it would have to be something drastic that happens to me outside of Booktube. Like kind of forced removal, kind of some health issues. After our stress, we both having health issues. I think PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. But anyway, there are a lot of things that could happen in your life. It could force you to change your life. But I'm not going to voluntarily drop out of Booktube because I enjoy the environment. I enjoy all of you. And then, are you distressed if you lose subscribers? As I said, I think everyone is. if you have to be honest and look in your heart, if you start losing a whole lot of subscribers, it's not nice. It's not pleasant. But it's not a huge focus of mine, right? I have an audience, and if people drop out because of one of my videos, right? If I say something that they don't like, then they don't belong there. You know, I've got my audience, they enjoy me, and I enjoy them. I'm going to talk to them. And I think if you're a smaller booktuber, a good lesson to learn is like, be patient. Your audience is there, they will find you. And just keep putting out content, enjoy it, be yourself, and that's really all that can happen. And yeah, it's awesome to reach milestones. Like when I reached 1,000, I was like over the moon. That's so awesome. When I reached 500, I was over the moon. So just be patient and just keep putting out stuff. So yeah, I can imagine some booktubers who don't grow as much, they want to quit, you know. But then you can look at things that you're doing. If you really want to stay, don't get despondent. Don't see it as a, for 99% of people, it's not a job. Okay, it's a hobby. So if you're going to do it and enjoy it, value the people that you got. Value the people that are watching you. That's all I can say about that. Yeah. Okay, this one is a difficult one. And it's been on my mind, so I'm going to give it some time. Do you always respond when tagged? Right. Now, people, no. Lately, when I started, always, I almost felt like it was something that was expected. It's like polite, not just polite, but you're building a community, you know. But lately, I've been overwhelmed by the number of tags I've received. I'm just going to say that. And it was overwhelming, especially in the last month or so. And, you know, sometimes like 5 to 7 tags a week. I can't keep up with that. It's like I need to be honest with myself. I need to do tags that I want to do for my channel. Not just for growth and for views, but tags that fit in with me and with my channel. So if I have a load of food tags thrown at me, I'm not going to do them. My wife is a chef, not me. Okay? But if I have a tag like this where I can really look at my channel, then I'm going to do them. If I have a horror tag, excuse me, then I'm going to do it. Right? That's me. And another thing is time. Time is a huge thing when you're a booktuber. I love watching other people's videos. I sometimes take 3, 4, 5 hours of my day to watch and comment on other people's videos. And you know, I have 300 subscriptions, more or less. That's a lot of people to watch and to spread the love, instead of just watching the people that I normally watch, which I do. And I also like to discover new booktubers, and I haven't done that lately because I've been busy with other stuff. And most importantly, you know, after spending 4 hours on Booktube, I like to sit outside with my wife and play with Layla. And my seat has been taken by Layla. That's how bad it's got. I go outside and my place is taken over by Layla. And I can't sit there because she looks at me like, you don't live here anymore. That's not fair. So you have to limit your time. You have to manage your time. Just kidding, people. And if I'm going to do tags, I'm not going to watch every tag. I appreciate you if you tag me, I do, but I'm going to pick and choose, because it's supposed to be fun. Building community, yes, but choose the kind of tags that you want to do. So that's my answer to that one. Number 10, we're nearly there, people. Do you respond to viewers' comments? Are your responses lengthy, or only a thumbs up or thumbs down? Never ever done a thumbs down. I always respond to people's comments. For me, this is like the most important point in Booktube, is to build a relationship, to engage, to have a dialogue with the people that watch your videos, and generally I get decent comments. Look, if someone makes a one-line comment, I'll make a one-line comment, which is fine. If someone writes an essay, I'm happy with that. Someone's watching and enjoying my content and they take the time to write a long comment, I will reply. Okay? Time consuming, maybe. Maybe as you grow it's time consuming. But that person deserves it because they put in the effort. I'm going to put in the effort. So yeah, always respond to comments. That is very important. Especially if you're new. That's important. Build relationships with the people that are watching your videos. Okay, number 11. And let me almost say, have you ever blocked anyone from viewing or commenting on your posts? Absolutely. Yes, I have. And not for the nasty reasons that I saw in the two wonderful booktubers that tagged me, very personal stuff, but more for kind of attacks on my content, right? And I'm going to be honest, okay, the one was kind of stupid. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked him, maybe I should have had a dialogue with him, but he was kind of nasty. And he said, like, you've spoiled this beep 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 video for me, the book for me. So he was actually swearing at me, like, you spoiled the entire book for me. This was on my third video, which is my most popular video. It's got like over 3,000 views, hundreds and hundreds of likes. No one else complained because I did not spoil it. And this guy went off, and I replied, and then it escalated a bit, and I just said, no, block. I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. I don't want that negativity, even in my content. They're not attacking me personally, but I've got no time for that. And a similar thing, when I did a video, I'm going to be careful here. I'm just going to be careful. I was talking about Lovecraft as one of my favorite authors, and I was separating him from his work, from him as a human being. And I made a few comments. And I also got attacked. And I just said to myself, maybe I could try and talk this guy. And I just thought, not worth it. And that's my only time I've ever had to block anyone. I'm a very kind of relaxed guy, but I'm on this for fun, for enjoyment, for relaxation, and to have a decent dialogue. And Booktube is a safe space. It's supposed to be a safe space. So if there are trolls out there trying to attack me, block. That's my answer for that one. Okay, number 12 is tag some Booktube friends. Right, I'm not going to do it here, but I'm going to list 4 or 5 names down below, people that might really enjoy this tag. And anyone who's watched this and would like to do this awesome tag, really is, I love the detail, I love the thought process involved in creating this tag. Anyone who's seen this, you're tagged. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay everyone, so this was kind of a long video, but that's okay. I had fun with it, and I hope that I went into depth and I kind of gave it justice. Let me know what you think down in the spaces below. Talk to me. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, just simply, Layla's fidgeting, just simply take care of yourselves, please people. Look after yourselves. Until next time, keep those pages turning. And cheers.